Hello and welcome to another episode of Ofacez. We're your hosts, Mr.
and Mrs. Mocha.
On tonight's episode, we are going to be interviewing Mike Tremor, who was started out as a guest and has turned to a friend.
Well, we haven't really had him as a guest yet. He just was an avid
Well,
listener.
he was a listener and a speaker. So now this is the first time we're going to have the privilege of having Mike Tremor on as a guest. So
I was just saying, you didn't have to say it so violently. You were just like,
welcome, Mike. How you doing today?
Good. Thank you again for having me.
yeah, it's a long time coming.
Awesomeness. So where do you want me to start, I guess? How I got into
slow down. We'll ask some questions. Calm down. We got you covered, man. Don't worry about it. You know, this ain't the first time we do this thing. You know, so I mean, since you already broke into it, how did you get into the lifestyle? Well, I guess something. Let me ask this question first. Do you identify as a manicorn or as a bull in the lifestyle? And manicorn being a solo guy that just fucks hot wives, and bull being a guy that deals with hot wife couples or cuckold couples, and the dynamics that includes that. Let me say, works with the fantasy that the husband and wife have. So which one do you kind of identify as?
So I was definitely scrunching my face, like raising an eyebrow, because manicorn I had never really heard of as far as that term. But I guess I'd be more so a bull. But I'd have to think more about like the definition you just gave me for manicorn, because this is my first time hearing that.
That's because your awesome Mrs. Mocha made that word up.
Yes.
There's unicorns and then there's manicorns. So unicorns to us are, unicorn is mystical and you can't find a unicorn. So that means not just a single lady, but a single lady that, has the right attitude and there's no drama there. I mean, that's kind of what I would think a unicorn is. So a manicorn would just be a single guy, but a single guy, that's respectful and that there's no drama behind it. Like, because there are just single guys and then there's manicorns.
The manicorns are not going to be into the cuckolding aspect. Your bulls are going to be the ones who are into the cuckolding aspect of the lifestyle. And I think that a lot of couples confuse a bull, for
could you be
a
cuckold
manicorn
friendly? There's a lifestyle friendly. You could be cuckold friendly.
Yeah, manicorn could definitely be cuckold friendly, but when you're looking at a bull understands that you have a husband and a wife and a cuckold dynamic, and the way you communicate with the couple and the way you interact with the couple, I believe there's a difference, from the standpoint of a bull and a manicorn who's there strictly, go in, fuck the wife, and that's it, and he can even have a relationship with the wife. But, I think an experienced bull is going to have the knowledge and the ability to make sure that he is aware of the husband and wife's cuckold dynamic, and he's able to help be a part of managing that dynamic. So from my standpoint, a bull goes with cuckolding, and a manicorn is someone who is not necessarily trying to be in a cuckolding dynamic, but he's interested in having sex with the wife, hot wives, hanging out with stags and vixens and things like that.
Okay, then can I re-answer the question, I guess, based off the definition you gave me?
Yes. Absolutely.
So, because I'd say I'm a cross between both, and here's why. As far as the bull aspect, I can do the cuckolding, but I think my issue is I can't go like fully into, I guess, some of the extreme portion of the cuckolding where they want me to, degrade the male partner and everything. And in the military and stuff, I've served too many years or whatever where I have so much great, respect for other men and stuff like that, that it just feels weird and foreign to me. So it's very difficult for me to kind of get into that aspect for the role play. So I'd say that I'd never win that 100% type thing. You know what I mean? But then the unicorn or the manicorn part, I can go with, because I do definitely like to have that friendship and camaraderie and everything. So I'd say a cross between both.
Okay.
It's okay to be more than one label.
Yes.
Mr. Mocha likes to put labels.
Hey, I want to know what box I fit into.
We fit into a lot of boxes, and I think a lot of people fit into several boxes as well.
Absolutely. I mean, I can be a fisherman, and I can be a race car driver, but I'm not trying to be a fisherman while I'm in a race car, so, and I know that I'm never going to be an astronaut. That's a box I can't fit into. So when I'm in a situation and I'm trying to explain what I identify as, it's never going to be an astronaut. That's just something I can't do. There's some guys who will never fit into the role as bull, but that's not a bad thing. That's just you knowing what you're comfortable with. And as a bull, you can still have great chemistry, great dynamics, and great friendships with a couple. But I do believe that as a bull, and that doesn't mean that you have to be extreme, because everyone's going to have their boundaries, and every aspect of the lifestyle, you have boundaries, however, I will say there is a part of being a bull in a lot of cuckolding situations where there is some level of humiliation, even if it's not verbal. It's not verbal. It doesn't even have to be a physical thing, but there is some level of humiliation that some couples are going to want you to provide, or understand that that's what the husband is looking for. Like I said, he doesn't have to be verbal. I've been in a situation where there's a couple who the husband personally enjoys the view of as he called it, an alpha male, or a male who's superior to himself, fucking his wife. So in that situation, it's clear that is what he is interested in. So I understand that for me as a bull, although he wasn't into his wife verbally degrading him or me verbally degrading him, we all had an understanding that was his role, and that was the level of humiliation he enjoyed. There are some guys who go into that dynamic and, is completely put off by that concept. So that's why, in a lot of conversations we've been having with different people, even my boy Mike C on his podcast, there is a separation between, having a bull in a relationship and having a single male or, manicorn in the mix. So that's why I asked that question. We should
make up another word for just like someone that's in the middle. I'll think of something before the end of the episode. Let's continue on with our interview.
So how did you get into the lifestyle? What was your introduction?
My introduction was probably, I had just gotten out of a marriage. I was stationed over in Germany, and I just happened to, do some research on like swing clubs that they had there. Like I had originally done kind of like dipping my toe into the lifestyle in Las Vegas on a trip, but I don't really count that as like kind of fully getting me into it and everything. So I'd say 2016 is when it really started. And I went to this, what's it called? I want to say, can I say the club's name?
Sure.
Yeah.
It's in Germany. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. What was it? Le Coq. So it actually
nice.
The advertisement sign is a rooster, obviously.
That's fucking awesome. I need to visit this place.
Go to Le Coq.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm childish.
Yeah.
You're fine. So it's what was it? It was like a black and white night, and in Germany and Europe, a lot of the stuff there that I come to find out later on, is themed whatnot based off the weekend and stuff like that. So Black and White Night is that time when that club will have its interracial venue and stuff. Not saying that, you know, you can't get into something interracial on another weekend or something like that, but it's specifically catered to that weekend. And I want to say it was always like the third weekend or something of the Saturday of the month. So I go there and I'm thinking this is kind of like supposed to be a Clockwork Orange type thing where I'm supposed to wear like nice attire and everything. I go and it's definitely a old kind of mansion style and it's turned into a club, and I'm going upstairs still in my clothes and everything, and I'm seeing everybody kind of walking around in their underwear or lingerie. And I'm confused because I was thinking this is going to be more of like a formal thing first or something like that. The host, she walks up to me. She's frustrated and everything, shouting at me in German, telling me to like go downstairs and change. So basically you go downstairs into the locker room and you put all your clothes in there and everything. And you're just basically walking around, you know, with your underwear, and then you go back up to mingle and whatnot. And they provide, you know, condoms by the beds and stuff like that. And they would always have like kind of a buffet style, like schnitzel, that was there, wings, just like finger food stuff. I specifically remember, for a while when I was doing this, for a good like year, 2 years, that was probably my favorite swing place to go to because of the schnitzel. So even if I didn't wind up playing, with a couple, it was still a good night.
So you were going to Lake Cock for the schnitzels.
For the schnitzel, yeah. But I mean, like I said, that was always a nice place to go to. There were, you know, beautiful women and everything, and I always made it a point to have the women come up to me because the language barrier, I could speak a little German, but not enough to conversate with, which they're not really there to conversate. I would say this, from my experience there and everything, the probably 3-4 years going at it, they're very punctual and they know what they want type thing. So the club will open up at, I'd say, I think it was like 9, and it would be like 8:30, and there would be couples like lined up, like they're getting ready to go to like a movie premiere before this place even opens up, and it normally closes at 2 a.m. And what they were doing was, I guess, obviously they were trying to get, I guess, the Bulls, you know, best performance at the beginning of the evening, because by maybe, what was it, probably like 11 or 12, the majority of the couples that were there at that very beginning time have gone home. They got what they needed. Like, obviously these people, you know, have regular jobs. They got babysitters and stuff like that. So that was kind of their little outlet and stuff. So
sounds like one of our parties.
It was never an uncommon thing that people would be there like 30 minutes prior to it opening up. And that's how you knew like it was going to be a big event and everything.
Okay. So did you have sex the first time you went there? How'd that, did you fuck the first time, or did it take you a couple tries?
No, I actually, I had sex the first time. I think it was a woman. She's in I was kind of like startled first because, like I said, her husband was kind of like pushing her towards me and everything, but she just came up to me, you know, spoke a little English and everything, and then like grabbed my hand and wanted to go upstairs because, like, I think it was probably like a 3-story type style house. So downstairs they had a dungeon, they had the locker room, and then the middle floor you had the bay with the kind of living room, and then to the left of that you had the dance floor and open bar. That was all inclusive, and then they actually had a pool in this one as well, like an indoor pool, and then they had a sauna.
So did you fuck in the pool?
Upstairs were the playrooms. No, I have not her, but I think there was one woman. I can't remember. This has been so long. Yeah, I think I did play in the pool at one point and everything. I want to say that that's one of those rules. They have like specific rules that you can't and stuff like that. So,
did anyone ever just walk up and grab you by the dick?
Was paying attention to.
Did anyone ever just walk up and grab you by the dick?
No, I actually, I think I did. Play in the pool at one point and everything. I want to say that that's one of those rules. They have like specific rules that you can't and stuff like that. So yeah, that was kind of a common thing sometimes. Yeah.
Was that a good thing?
It's like I kind of got used to it, but like I don't know, it definitely that's why like I'll listen to all this stuff, you know, and the training we receive in the military, and then I see like on the civilian side too, they talk about like sexual harassment, and it's just like women kind of get away with doing whatever because it's like, yeah, you call them on it, but it's like I'm not really that mad at you type thing. But it's like at the same time, like come on. It's like, you would not feel the same way if I just walked up and copped a feel on your ass or something, or in your breast.
Yes.
Depends on who you're talking to.
And listen, it always depends on who's doing it, you know. But I agree with you. The ladies definitely can get away with more shit than the guys can. Because I mean, I know we went to Hito. I think every woman in the pool grabbed my dick at one point.
He literally looked at me at one point in time and he said, I have never had my dick touched so many times without fucking. And I was like, well, here we are. New experiences. Mr. Mocha also doesn't walk around butt naked either, but he did that whole week.
Yeah, the wife, that was her one request, be naked. I was like, all right.
Don't be weird, we're at fucking Hito. But anyways, we're
I don't usually
digressing.
pull my dick out unless I'm ready to use it, but, that's just me,
So it's permittable for someone.
Wait, hold on. You didn't tell us about the first time. You just told us that you walked upstairs. So.
Oh yeah, we digress.
Okay. Oh, so I walked upstairs and she's a petite blonde woman. She's probably like 5 foot, maybe 5'1" or something. And I'm not a tall guy. I'm probably like 5'8". So, but I was still kind of like towering over her. And we kind of went into one of the main rooms where, on one of the left side walls, there's kind of like peepholes, and then there's also like glory holes as well. And the husband walked around and everything so he could watch us. And while he was touching his wife while I was having sex with her, it was a really great time. Definitely a fun experience, stuff like that. And then,
so you weren't nervous your first time?
No, not really. I don't know. Not really. I think I was more. I felt kind of like out of place. The fact I was embarrassed that I didn't know the decorum when I went there. Like everybody else already knew what it was. Like they were in their, underwear and stuff like that. And I looked like, the newbie, the novice, walking around in a suit. So I think that was the only thing that embarrassed me about it,
True Mike
like
Tremor style.
They walk around and like, on the beach and stuff, you can walk around nude. So I think that's a more of a cultural thing as far as, nudity and stuff like that in the States compared to how it is in Europe. It's not that big of a deal.
Okay. Now, have you been to swinger clubs here in the States? And if so, like, make a comparison.
So
no filter, Mike.
No filter. So I got to finally meet you guys when I went to Splash Mocha, but do you count that as a swinger club?
No.
I would say that's still a swinger event, though. You can count that. That's still an experience that you would do as a swinger in a large group. It's just not at a club.
So
I'm going to say yes.
So you don't
I'm saying yes. Mr. Mocha's saying
Listen,
no.
I
Yes,
say no.
ahead.
She says yes. So
Go ahead. Tell us your stories.
We're gonna let the wife take this one.
Okay. So I'll answer both then. Because like I said, I did say that I dabbled into, there's a place in Vegas. I think it was like the Green Door or something. And it really wasn't, there weren't a lot of people there. I had a partner that I was with at the time. And that was just, I think it was because there weren't a lot of people. It wasn't really that exciting. It was just like, oh, okay. It was still at the same time kind of exciting, like, first time doing this or something like that. But when there's not a lot of people, you just kind of feel like you're getting a house tour or something like that, like an open house tour. It's like, and it's like an open house tour that they're going to let you have sex in, So I would say
nice.
It really wasn't that exciting the first time, but the Splash Mocha event, that was more than met my expectation. I was thoroughly excited about that and the event because it was just like everybody was there for the same thing. And I like everything was like laid out in a way where it just catered to the event stuff, from the dancing, the mingling, the pool party. I, like you said, you got your dick touched. I actually got sexually harassed. What was it? At the pool at that Splash Mocha, woman and her husband was carrying her on his shoulders in the pool, comes up to me while I was talking with, I think, a Dom boy. And she literally just groped my balls and everything. So I was like, okay. And then later on, I met her at the playroom.
Did you fuck her later?
But yeah, I definitely, I did. Yes.
No, well, good. I mean, listen. If you're gonna touch my balls, make sure I get something out of it. I'm good with that. You know.
That's why Mr. Mocha won't walk around naked at the pool at Mocha. He's gotten down to those boxers and stuff. Like the first time I even saw him walk around in just his boxers, I was like, holy shit, is he sick? Something's wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely I'm a little different because first of all, I'm very selective about who I want to touch my dick. First of all, and second of all, if you are touching my dick, I want to make sure that you're planning on taking it for a ride. But it's like that's just because, just like you said earlier,
I think
sometimes
that's very reasonable.
Yeah. Nothing unrealistic, and I'm always entertained in certain environments. You walk around with your dick out, and like you said, the girls will just, start fondling. It's like if I were to just walk up and stick my finger in your asshole, you would take that personal, but you can walk up and start stroking my dick. I mean, I don't really make a fuss out of it, but it's still kind of like, I wouldn't do this to you type deal, at least, ask, kind of look down at it, make eye contact, and I just kind of look back like, yeah, go ahead. And then, go ahead and tickle the balls. I'm good with it then, don't just dive in.
And this is why we're married, because we're
Mrs. Mocha dives right in.
Yeah.
She's like, ooh, cock.
I told you, I'll never stop saying it. It's the sea. You got to go swimming in the dick. So, I'm just saying. So you would say that in Europe, Germany, that the clubs are probably likely better.
Yes, and I don't know, but I don't really have it. I can't really compare. What is it? Because that was a large club in that area that was popular. So I've never gone to places here in the States yet. I'm getting ready to Secrets or the one in Atlanta that I always hear about. They have one in Florida as well. Trapeze. So I've never been to Trapeze, so I can't really fairly gauge and say Europe is better than the States because I haven't been to those big ones. So like I said, the Le Coq, that place that I went to is the Trapeze version in Germany, or the whatchamacallit, what's the one in Florida that's not Trapeze that everybody talks about?
There's two. There's one. There's a Trapeze in Fort Lauderdale too.
Well, there's Trapeze, but there's the other one. I can't remember the
Bliss?
name. No, that's a group.
Velvet Room? Is it Velvet?
No.
I can't think of the name for the life of me right now.
Yeah, I mean, I would have thought about it had I not been
put on the spot.
Yeah. Okay, so now, how about the difference in the attitude?
Secrets. Oh yeah, we just freaking.
Well, no, there's another one there. But
that's what he was referring to.
Oh, he says secrets already.
I know, but maybe he didn't remember that. He might be on that liquor. He might be on the drinks tonight. Oh, and I do have to say this out loud, that at the last content event was the first time that I've ever seen Mike Tremor lit as fuck on liquor, and it was fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, Mike was awesome.
Mike is awesome in general, but this motherfucker was 10 times Mike Tremor.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, it was Mike Tremor 10.0.
We gonna start calling him the party.
Yeah, he was on it. What were you drinking? Tequila?
It was, what was it? I think it was tequila. All the twisted teas were gone, so then I just probably went to tequila.
Oh, you switched over?
Yeah. Oh my God. It was good though. It was good. But so we talked about like your first experience. So how long have you been in lifestyle, like swinger stuff?
I'd say like 80 years.
You said 80?
80?
8.
Oh, I'm about to say, what the hell?
Damn. What drug
You
are
look really
taking?
good for your age, buddy. 80 years, holy shit.
I was about to be jealous as fuck and tell you to give me your secret all at the same time. Okay. And did somebody tell you about the clubs, or did you just you just kind of knew because people had talked about it?
So I did a little research, and I realized over in Europe, and so it's not just Germany, it's in Europe in general, they have, I guess, their version of FetLife. I can't remember the name of this website, but that's basically their version of FetLife, where you can meet swingers and stuff like that. That's what it was. Joy Club. That's the name of the website. Joy Club. And then you can post your events, or the clubs post when they're having their different events and stuff like that. And then it basically kind of acts as an icebreaker, so people can see who's going to be at the club that weekend, or whatever events and stuff that are going on in the month. And they normally have it for, I want to say, they normally have it 6 months out type thing. So you could be like, okay, I know in the summer I'm going to go to this event and stuff like that. And they get booked out pretty quickly, probably after being posted within a month or something.
That's kind of what they do at Trapeze too. But it's not a website, but they have all their events. But we also have I think it's our version of, I wouldn't say FetLife, it's SDC, but there's same thing. There's events, parties, all that stuff on there. So.
All right. So can you make a comparison between the couples overseas and the couples that you've met here? Is there a difference?
No, I'd say everybody, I think it's all the same. It's just clear. That's probably why I like the lifestyle. In Europe and, in the States, the people that are in the lifestyle, it's all about communication. So everybody, is on the same page that I've dealt with as far as, and that's one thing I've been able to deal with as far as picking up social cues, regardless of the language and stuff. I can tell when I need to ease off or something, or just completely disengage with a woman if I sense that there's something going on with her and her husband or something like that. It's happened to me in the States, and it happened, in Germany as well and stuff like that.
What do you mean when you what do you explain when you sense something's going on? If the male is, what is it? Okay, I'll give you a prime example. And these are couples that I've always shied away from, because like I said, I have the whole ultimate respect for men, being nice enough and everything. And just, that's a huge thing. You're sharing your loved one with another person and everything. You're opening up your relationship. So this was something, and this is good. This goes back to why it's hard for me to go to that whole 100%, over 9,000 bull version and everything. There would be times in the club where I could see there'd be a couple like this. This one black guy was probably 6'4" or something, and your build, Xavier. So he's 6'4", your build, and this woman probably was 5'5", real skinny, and the husband was more so kind of pushing her. This is literally, if you can imagine this. So imagine somebody like LeBron James height, and then a 5 foot woman, and then her husband pushing, literally pushing her back or whatever to have
her hold his hand as they go into the room and stuff like that. And that always kind of creeped me out, whereas like that wasn't the type of energy that I wanted to be a part of, type thing, where it kind of felt like it was forced, like she didn't,
like he was trying to,
like it was like, yeah.
Like, like she didn't seem like she wanted to be there.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, this guy's going to tear her apart.
Oh yeah, no, I don't like that. Like I have no desire to have sex with a woman who doesn't want to have sex with me. And I will say that is one of the things that that's one of my pet peeves with some couples, where the husband is like super amped up about his wife getting fucked, and she's like, I'm not sure if I'm ready. And he's like, oh, you'll be fine. Like, no, not with me. You won't. I'm not doing that.
We're not going to be the test dummies.
Yeah, I'm not.
We've already did that early on in lifestyle.
Not on purpose, we did.
No, definitely not on purpose.
Oh, yeah, clarify that shit.
Not on purpose.
I don't want you to think that I was like, oh, your wife doesn't want to fuck? Yeah, bring her over here. Let me Captain Caveman her. No. We had an encounter with a couple where the girl wanted to, the guy wanted to play, and we didn't realize that the girl was not interested in playing until we were already playing. And then, I feel something wet on my face. I'm like, did she just lick my face? No, she's crying. And I'm like, okay, yeah, this is weird.
Oh, man.
And she told him to keep going. She was just like, no, keep going.
I want him to have a good time. I'm like, well, what about me?
We get in the fucking car.
What about me? Okay, I can't enjoy this.
Definitely one of our it wasn't funny at the time, but like we got in the car and it was one of those moments where Mr. Mocha looked at me and he was like, what the fuck? And I was like, what happened? I'm oblivious because I got some dick. So I'm like, oh, everything's great. He literally was like, she was crying. And I was like, what? She was crying about what? Yeah. She was crying because she didn't want to see him get fucked, or she wasn't ready. We've seen her since then, and she's fine now.
Yeah, but it was very, very awkward.
Yeah.
Very uncomfortable. And
I think I was like probably one of those moments where I was too drunk and...
No, you weren't. You weren't drunk at all. I was on top of her because she was wrapped around me like a fucking spider monkey, and she was trying to keep me from seeing. And it was weird because like she was clinging to my body, and I'm like trying to pull, lift my body up, but she's like literally pulling me down into her. And I felt something wet on my face, and I like had to literally pry my upper body up, which was, that in itself was making it a little fucking weird. I'm like, all right, I can't even move here. And she's on one bed, they're on the other bed, and I'm like, are you okay? She's like, shh, please, shh, don't say anything. Don't say anything. Like, what do you mean don't say anything? She's like, I'm okay. I just want him to have a good time. He really wants to do this. I'm like, this is really weird. She's like, just please lay here. Just lay here. So that was very weird.
And I'm over there going ham on the guy's dick.
Like, because they didn't know. I mean, I have no desire to ever be in that type of situation, because that's not my thing. That's a different type of fantasy, and I'm not interested in that kind of fantasy.
We've also had a few other experiences that were very similar. The person wasn't crying, but you could tell that one or the other wasn't completely into it, but you don't know it till you're in the room. And there were, for a long time, I know we've mentioned this before, we had like a long-standing rule that Mr. Mocha was not allowed to get hard or show his penis in any way, shape, or form until I was fucking. Because he fucked it up several times for me.
Hey, listen. If the guy's paying attention to his own dick, he don't got to worry about mine. That's because I don't care what somebody else's dick look like. It's my time to shine. I'm going to do what I do here.
I'm so fucking dead.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Anyways.
Right. So what's been your favorite experience since what was your favorite experience in Germany, and then what's your favorite experience since you've been back in the States?
Favorite experience in Germany? It was probably, so I moved away from going to the clubs, and then it was more so going to the house parties of one of the other retired military guys that lives out there in Germany that would invite German couples there. And those were probably the best times, because there would be, more swinger type closed knit, where it was party events, dress up or something, whether it was a Halloween party or like St. Patrick's Day or something like that. But there was a theme to it, and it was just because it was more of a controlled environment. You didn't really have to deal with randoms, right? And so it was that was probably my favorite time, having events like that at his house and stuff like that. And then States. Well, it's been a lot of good times since I've been in this States, like too many to remember. But I'd say just like it's probably going back to the house parties. So I think I've been to 2 of your house parties, content events. I don't know, did I like the first one or the second one better? I think I liked the second one better than the first one. That was an awesome time. Yeah, so you got to see my 10.0 and everything.
yeah, everybody liked Mike 10.0.
Well, I mean, we liked Mike in general, but you definitely were a lot more comfortable, it seemed like, at the second one. The first one you were comfortable, but you were a
little more reserved.
Trying to gauge.
Yeah. Right.
A little more reserved the first time. I think the second time, you had you got a lot of really good reviews from the ladies, so that's always a good thing when the ladies are making positive comments about you. When behind your back, that's the good stuff.
Yep.
That's the good stuff. So now that you started off in the lifestyle, now you are diving into the content creation aspect of sex. I mean, is there a big difference?
Oh, wait.
I'm
You're
sorry.
Skipping ahead. Mr. Mocha's
I'm sorry, Mr. Mocha, you go ahead.
He's sober too. So what made you decide to get into content? I know, but go ahead. Sorry.
I just retired in July, and I was like, well, I already do this kind of in my personal life. It'd be cool to, if I can make money off of it, cool. If not, whatever. So it's kind of like a hobby / something I'm interested in as well, I guess, best way to describe it.
Because you like fucking.
Yeah, I like.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I'm with you. It keep it simple. I like to use my dick, and I can make money while doing it. So like, it's not really complicated. We were putting content on all of the swingers websites for years. So it was like literally the only difference is we go from putting videos of us having sex on SDC to putting them on OnlyFans. That was, for us, that's really the only difference. Like, even, our house parties are very similar to house parties that we throw that are non-content house parties. We truly document the stuff that we do and the way that we play. Like, I don't think we don't really have to deviate from what we do already.
Yeah. So you just wanted to make some extra money and travel at the same time, so you became a content creator, and you just were like, I know part of the story. You met some people and you were like, I'll get on OnlyFans and get verified.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. We can fuck, I'll get verified. I mean, I would do that.
Yeah.
And so how do you like the content world compared to lifestyle? Because for like me personally, or us personally, like he said, it's the same. I mean, we were already kind of fucking on camera anyways, but now it's just like a full-time thing. Yeah,
I like it. There's definitely some differences and stuff, but I do like that it's more, I don't know, it's like organized chaos, I guess is the best way to describe it and stuff. So it's fun. I have a good time with it and everything.
Agreed. Completely agree on that. It's definitely organized chaos. Like, okay, who's fucking who? All right, who has the camera on?
Look, I just wait for my opportunity. Like, oh, I like that. Ma'am, do you like my erection selection?
That is fuck. I'm so dead.
We love that movie. So we use
anybody that has not seen Wanderlust with Paul Rudd definitely should fucking watch it.
Yeah, that's like one of the, we use those lines all the time.
Yeah, basically, long story short, he is married and they're considering being swingers, and he does like a scene in the mirror, like talking himself up, and like, because he doesn't know how to dirty talk, so he's talking himself up in the mirror, like, but he's trying to figure out what he's going to say to the girl.
He's like, I can do this. I can do this. And he start having this conversation in the mirror. Is fucking
You
hilarious.
want this dick? That's what he says in the mirror. Yeah, so he's trying to...
You want my erection selection?
Yeah. Anyways, that was...
Mrs. Mocha and I do the most ridiculous shit. You know, we are fucking weirdos all the time. We make each other laugh. Well, let me phrase that. She makes me laugh all day, and every once in a while I can slip one in there and make her laugh. But, you know, it's like her job is to make me laugh when I don't want to laugh. That's what she does. I'm at home trying to be serious, get work done, and then she steps right in there and starts fucking with me and then leaves. Don't leave till I laugh. I got a terrible life.
It is what it is.
I suffer here.
So, anywho, back to Mike, who the interview's about.
Sorry.
So tell us, like, your most, like, horrifying story. I don't want to say horrifying. That's like an intense word. Like your most traumatizing story. That's what you're
traumatizing,
saying.
horrifying. Are the same difference?
Yeah. Tell us your most like traumatizing.
What's your worst experience?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like
if you can share it.
You can do it. I know you can, Mike.
Yeah, I think it wasn't like it didn't happen personally to me. But,
well, then it don't count. It don't count if it didn't happen to you.
Count?
But I mean, you were in the vicinity, so you can talk about it.
Oh, were you there while it was happening?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was more an embarrassment for like other soldiers. Like I knew these guys had to have been other soldiers, and I think I told this story before, but I'll retell it. I was just like, oh my goodness, because. Whenever you're overseas, obviously you're an ambassador for your country and stuff like that. So they can clearly tell that these guys are American soldiers and stuff. And this is at the same place, Lecoq. There's two other soldiers, black guys, that are one is carrying around a crown, I think it was Crown Apple, in the bag. Like he could have just left it at the bar, but he's carrying it around with him in the club. And he's also got his like Jordans, his J's, but he's like he's not wearing them. He's just like walking around holding them.
Yeah, it's decoration.
Yeah. And his friend is having sex with one of the wives while the husband is washing, but this is in the hallway. This is in the hallway going to like one of the playrooms, and it's kind of like a high traffic area where other people are trying to get to either playrooms or go to the showers and stuff like that. And he's like having sex with her loudly and stuff like that, and then being like degrading in the sense of like, you know, trying have other guys have sex with her as well as something without her consenting to it. And I was just like, oh, this is awful, you know? And I don't know what their dynamic was between the couple and stuff. Like maybe, you know, both the husband and the wife wanted that, but I was led to believe most likely because it seemed like that was their first time there, that they just met them randomly and stuff like that. And it's like, I don't think that that's something that you could establish that quickly to do or something like that, you know, but I could be off, but that was horrifying to me, thinking that it's like, oh, these guys probably look ignorant in front of like all these other German couples and stuff like that, where they're not going to want to, you know, come back to this thing, or we have a stigma about us. And that was probably like just a horrifying experience for me. Yeah. In that sense, watching that. Cause like and
you
like,
just want to yell out, I'm not like that guy.
Yeah, because that was the other thing too. So it put me in the thing of like, I'm playing him like, okay, we'll play maybe the couple did like that. I could not pull that off. You know what I mean? Like I could not pull that off because I'm always worried about a fourth or a fifth party being like, yeah, like who are you or like that's why like, yeah, that was difficult for me to watch, and like I couldn't imagine doing that to a couple.
Yeah.
It's happened to me before. We were at Trapeze on like a Friday night, and Friday night single guys night, which is not like a bad thing. Like we would go because of that.
What's happening before?
It's the same scenario
Where
like I was in there fucking, and you walked to the bathroom, and the guy was trying to let like two or three other guys. You like Mr. Mocha specifically said, "I'm going to the bathroom. I'm coming right back. Are you good?" I said, "Yeah, just don't." And I told the guy, "Don't let anybody else come in the room." And people just started walking in, and the guy was just like letting them in. Mr. Mocha walked back in, and we were done.
Yeah.
Needless to say, very quickly.
I don't have a problem clearing the room.
Because I literally was like staring at him when he walked back in the room, like, I'm irritated now, so I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah, we've definitely had some experiences where you. Go ahead, Mike.
I was going to say, and that just going back, because like it's already hard for guys all the time. So it's just like, it's like I always try to set myself apart, to be a gentleman and everything. It's like I don't need them to think I'm just like some uncouth person or whatever who's just trying to get laid or something,
Yeah. Yeah, that's, I agree. I remember one time we're trapping, I take Mrs. Mocha into a room and have another guy come in, and like guys are knocking on the door, so I open the door and the guy's like, "Hey man, you gonna share the pussy?" I'm like, first of all, this is my pussy and I can share it if I want to. All right, she's my wife, not yours. Kick rocks. Close the door. I have to whisper stuff like that around my wife. She gets offended when I'm too direct.
I just don't I don't want you to be aggressive. Passionate is what we're calling it from now. I don't want you to be so passionate when you say things.
Oh.
You could just be like a little nicer. Like, hey man, she's not accepting any more dicks right now. It's so easy. But anyways. So, okay, that was your most horrifying. So, your personal experience, what was your funniest? Did you have you had any like really funny things happen?
Funny times. It all blurs.
That means you fucking too much, Mike. That means you're fucking way too much.
I'm trying to think of a funny
or entertaining, something that entertains you to talk about, an experience that's entertaining to you.
This is why I need to start documenting my adventures and stuff. Something that was entertaining.
My wife documents mine because I'm getting old and I forget stuff.
Just one of us has to remember.
Put me on the spot here.
That's okay.
I can't think of something. It's all been, like I said, that was that horrifying experience that I thought about was like a really bad experience, but all the other ones, no, you know what? So funny one. Okay. All right. Here, so you want a funny one. Here we go. So this is not this is at a different club. They have foam parties here at this one. And this is once again, dick grabbing, it involves, dick grabbing and then having sex with somebody you kind of really don't want to, and then you fake an orgasm to just get out of it.
Nice. I've been there, my friend. I've been there.
Oh, God.
Very nice.
And it involved my brother. So my brother, he would go there with me to some of these places and stuff. And
Mr. Mocha's excited.
The two women. So what was it? So you can have a picture for the listeners or whatever for this club's layout. You've got the DJ booth to the right. To the front of the dance floor is the bar, and then behind, so it's like a full square, just an exact square, and then behind, directly in front of the bar, past the dance floor, is the outside, where there's kind of like a sitting arrangement. But when you go to the dance floor, it's like blocked off where you have to like step over like track hurdles type thing, because they put these kind of like what is it, like the shielding walls or whatever, so that the foam can like fully get in there.
Got you.
they make the announcement in German. There's an actual like red siren above in the ceiling or whatever that goes off to let you know the foam is about to happen and stuff. And that's also the cue. Like after the foam goes, you know, you can go to the playrooms after you rinse off and stuff like that. So they'll be playing music and stuff. The alarm goes off. So you have like kind of split seconds if you, for whatever reason, aren't already in your underwear at this club or whatever. That's your cue. You need to be. And people are like dancing around, touching each other in the suds. And I think I was drunk at this time, so I didn't really know what was going on completely. But I see that there's a woman that's like grabbing me and everything, and then she wants to like now lead me off the dance floor to go to one of the playrooms. And the other woman, that's what it was. She wanted both of us. So we go, and my brother, he faked it quicker than I did or whatever when we got, I guess, a better look at her and stuff like that. We're like, we can't really do it. He was so mad at me.
You had your beer goggles on.
He was so mad at me. So that, I think that's a funny story because that involved faking it.
Oh, but you still did it.
Yeah,
but you had you had to fake a nut to get out.
I think I have an issue with like that was then, or in my early time. I had an issue early time with like rejecting other people's offers type thing. You know what I mean? So I was just like, okay, I'm happy. It's like, oh, you find me attractive, you like me or whatever. Let's do this and stuff like that. Was my early. Now I'm much more selective and stuff like that. But
that is awesome.
And I've learned obviously too. It's not even just about, you know, a body type, because I've had sex with beautiful women that just like starfish in the bed. And they're just like, I could do much better with someone that, you know, might not be as in shape as you. And I've had better times, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've definitely faked. Like that was always my go-to, to fake a nut to get out of it. So I have a big issue with odor. Like I am very sensitive to odor. So
let's clarify. Any type of odor, not just like pussy odor, like body odor.
Yeah, like
your hair smells bad.
I am OCD about my body before I have sex, but I've found that there are so many women who, like, if you've been on a dance floor for 2 hours, and I know it's me, a lot of guys will laugh at me for this, but if we're at a club or an event and you've been dancing for 2 hours, chances are you're sweaty. If I can smell your body, it's going to be hard for me to do it. Now, if I'm super, super turned on, but here's the problem. If I start having sex with a woman and I smell her, I'm done. And then the problem is like you're trying not to figure a way not to hurt her feelings. So, you know, I had to learn how to like, you know, fake, you know, I would fake an orgasm like all day. And it's crazy because I'll be somewhere, like even at our parties, I always show up late to the gangbang because I literally go take a shower when everybody gets downstairs. So while everybody's downstairs, I'm upstairs showering my body off because I can't be turned on if I've gone too long without a shower. And it's crazy because like even at Mocha, a lot of times like somebody want to play with me, but like I've been running around too much and I'm like, oh, okay, listen, meet me in 20 minutes because I need enough time to go and wash my balls and then meet you. So that for me is, I have faked so many orgasms because I'll start and I'll be like, okay. I
have to say,
I smell something.
Mr. Mocha at events usually is like almost scaly when we get home because
I shower so much.
He showers so much.
I shower so much. Like I can't help it. And the worst thing is like over the years, there's like people who like I've really enjoyed playing with, and then I'll play with them and they're like off, and I'm like, okay, I just can't do it. It takes me like forever to do it again. And you know, like our close friends who know me well, they'll be like, hey, listen, all right, I'm not bad, but don't go down there. Okay, thank you. for telling me not to go down there, because otherwise you're going to be playing with a limp fiddle here. It's not going to work. I mean, so yeah, I've definitely faked a few. And Mrs. Mocha finds it, hilarious when I tell her later.
I do.
We have signs, like if I go in, like if when we would go to trap, like if I were to come back into a room where there's a group session happening and everything didn't smell right, Mrs. Mocha would give me we have our little secret sign, and I just won't go into that room because now my dick's not working for nobody else because now I don't trust anybody. I'm like, who was that? All right, honey, we're just going to have sex.
Yeah, we've done that before.
I'm like, hey, somebody in there not smelling right. But here's the thing. I don't slap sweaty balls in nobody's face. Like, literally, for the women who want sweaty balls, they have to request that. Like, hey.
And he still won't do it.
Yeah, I can't.
I was about to say, you can say that. Don't say that. Don't give them false hope.
Yeah,
some women actually like that. So.
Oh, I want you when you're sweaty. Like, I mean, I'll give you a limp dick when I'm sweaty, but I'm so concerned about myself.
They want that pheromone.
Dude, I can't. I'm too OCD for it in that way. And I went with a buddy of mine invited me to play with. There's a couple. The wife wanted to get double teamed. Now, you know how I am with my friends. Like, I'm super honest with my boys. So we go there and we're trying to tag team her, and I can smell him. And so now I'm like, I'm like, all right, this is a stinky situation. So we leave, and he's like, bro, were you okay? I'm like, hey man, did you shower before you showed up? He was like, did you smell me? Yeah, I smelled you, motherfucker. I was like, how don't you smell you? So yeah, that's my one problem. So that's been the cause of me faking a lot of nuts.
I remember one time Mr. Mocha invited a guy over for me, and the guy was super attractive and he was super nice, but same thing. Like, we get in the bedroom and we start fucking, and I was like, oh my God. Like, it was like 3-day-old gym is what it smelled like. So here's the thing. I don't have a penis, so I don't have to get it hard. I just faked it till I made it. But he walked in a few times and was watching, and I kept making a face at him. This guy says to me afterwards, because I was like, Daddy, did you not smell that? And he was like, yeah, I just thought you guys were just fucking and made it smell. I was like, okay, first of all, I've never
I didn't say I thought
musty.
I didn't think it was her. I just, like, here's the thing. I wasn't a part of this deal. So, like, I wasn't even thinking about that. Okay, like, this was a solo deal with her. She was fucking this dude. And I was just kind of, upstairs, come back downstairs, perv a little bit, peek in. And then at one point I'm like, damn, this dude's a little musty. But I just figured, because let's get this straight. Mrs. Mocha was down here fucking this guy like it was the last time she's going to ever have sex. So the motherfucker was getting a workout.
It was the last time I was going to have sex with him.
Yeah. And then we had a guy at SDC. He got, he kept messaging us back. And I finally had to say, dude, I tell every guy before they play with her, she has a thing about hygiene. She likes to suck dick, but if you put your dick in her face and you stink, she's not going to invite you back over. Because Mrs. Mocha is very nice, so she has a hard time. Like, being mean, so... he kept messaging like, hey, I thought we had a good time. And finally, I just reached out to him and said, listen, dude, I told you before you came over that she had, you have to smell good and you have to be clean. But you weren't. You smelled bad. I said, I'm not trying to be rude, and maybe this is something that can help you for the next couple that you meet. But, like, what makes you think that you can be hanging out for 4 or 5 hours? Oh yeah, I took a shower earlier. Fuck you mean? Like,
it smelled like he went to the gym at like 5 a.m. and just like wore that all day. Because as soon as his like clothes came off, I was just like, oh my God. And literally, like, I love sucking dick. Okay, let me just say that out loud. Like, I love sucking some dick.
She loves sucking some dick.
Like, and I sucked his dick for like long enough for it to get hard, and I was like, okay, let's fuck. He probably thought I was lame, but I guess he didn't. But
I think I need to do like a tutorial for guys on fucking scrubbing your balls.
You remember Nina Hartley?
Oh, the one that used to do all those sex tutorials?
Yeah, so there's this old porn star, Nina Hartley. You guys can look her up.
I remember her.
She used to do all of these how to videos, or she would do what is it called? She did a fellatio. I watched them. Is
that why you suck dick so good?
No, you helped me with that.
Well, listen, you can practice on my dick. I mean, you can practice some more tonight if you like.
We actually have a gynecologist. What is it called? Gynecology table now. So you could do the squirting video, because she has a whole video with this lady in a chair showing you how to squirt. Anyways, love that lady. But you should do one of those videos is what I'm saying. Xavier's hygiene whore video.
Yeah,
learn how to be a hygiene whore like me.
You know, it's funny. There's times when you're at a party, we have house parties, and you'll see some dude go, somebody go in the bathroom and shower, because sometimes the door's open. Somebody go in there, and I'm like, did you use soap? Did you use soap? Did you at least? We got 10,000 towels and 10,000 cloths, and
I even have
you stinky bastard.
In all of the showers, I have shampoo and conditioner, mouthwash in the bathrooms. We're making sure for everyone.
Now, here's the thing: if it's during the gangbang,
several times.
If it's during the gangbang, I mean that's different. But if you go and fuck, it cracks me up. I'll see a guy go upstairs, fuck somebody, and then come downstairs to a different room and try to put his dick in somebody's mouth. I'm like, you not gonna rinse that off first? You nasty fuck.
Some women like that. If Mr. Milk is fucked, I'll do that. But not at a party usually.
I mean, it's hey, let's put a wristband on who don't mind dirty dick. If you require balls that don't stink, you get the green wristband.
What would the wristband? Yeah, it was what would the color be?
Yeah, no, green. Something. No, the red wristband is for the ones who want to shower, because that means stop after you fuck somebody and go rinse off your balls. The green means just fucking go. You can come in here with swamp ass. It don't matter. Just slap those sweaty balls right on their face, and that way at least there's there's no confusion. Whoa, I got the red wristband on. Did you rinse your nuts off? You're okay.
Good to go.
That cracked me up.
So, anywho, Mike, thank you for being on. Tell everybody where they can find you. What sites are you on, and what are your names on the sites?
So on my Twitter, it's just at Tremor Mike, all one word, no spaces, and OnlyFans at Mike Tremor.
Is it just how it's spelled on your Twitter? Or do you have some special characters or anything?
No characters, just MikeTremor.
All right. And so you can find Mike Tremor on OnlyFans and Twitter. Mr. Mocha, where can we find you?
Oh, well, on Twitter, my sex page is at Blacking Xavier. And then everything else, OnlyFans, ManyVids, that is Xavier Blacking.
What about Sex Panther?
Oh, yeah. Sex Panther is new. It's actually pretty. The Sex Panther is pretty fun. People get on there and they fucking sex back and forth with you, ask you. You get a lot of good questions. A lot of people, because I think more than anything, you have a million more guys cucks who call and who want to ask questions and want to either ask how'd you get into this, ask about your experiences, how do I get my wife into this, blah blah blah. So that's actually pretty cool. I've kind of been enjoying that. That's always interesting just to see. You see how people think and the crazy questions you get. So everything that I'm on is Xavier Blacking.
So.
And you, wife, what's your dirty site?
I am on OnlyFans, ManyVids, and FetLife and Twitter. Mm-hmm. My Twitter is PoisonGinger691. My ManyVids and OnlyFans is Poison Ginger, and then my FetLife is Gingerlust69. Also, for those of you Ginger lust. What did I say?
Ginger. Oh no, I was just
I thought
being.
I said it wrong.
I was just being pervy, honey.
Also, Mr. Mocha and I will be at Splash Mocha from March 23rd to the 26th. If you are in Atlanta at that time, there are still some day passes available for couples. If you get those couples, we do have a promo code. It is Ofacez 1. So, and that's it for us. Thank you again, Mike, for coming on finally. I'm glad we finally got to do this, and hopefully we get to see you soon.
Are you going to Splash?
No.
I will be.
You said no Splash?
August. Probably
August.
the one in August. Yep.
Okay. Well, Mike, it was great talking to you, and until next time.
Goodbye from the Mochas.
Have a nice night.